taking a ferry from鸭脷洲to Aberdeen. Aberdeen is known for one of the largest fish markets, 香港仔魚市場. But outside, there's a little bit of a dawn market where individual mom and pop fishermen will go and catch fish, they'll bring them back and they'll sell it right on the side of the harbor. Okay, so there's the large-scale fish markets. Mostly speaking, you can get fish that is imported or brought from elsewhere, further away. If you want the fish that's actually caught in the harbor, usually slightly smaller, but certainly caught by mom and pop individual operators, this is where you go. Basically like a street market and whatever they get that day. If you come here on our recommendation and you don't get what you want, too bad. The quality of the catch is dependent, as most fishermen know, on 100 things. It could be weather, it could be skill, but it also could be the mood of the fishermen, whether they have a doctor's appointment and they're rushing to get back. This is just that's life, right? Our friend Chantai runs a little restaurant where they steam fish for you. They cook the fish for you, and we're gonna go meet her because she's showing us a little bit. You take a look down here, you have to fight for this space next to this railing, and you look at what's fresh. You ask them what's fresh, they give you a price. 阿叔，今日有咩魚清蒸好食啊？ That's the transaction. Fish in the net, money in the net, and it comes back down. 阿叔，我要條芝麻巴啦，唔該。同我劏咗佢。唔該你。In English, we're going to call this brown spotted grouper. That's the best catch of the day. Now they're butchering our fish on the boat. Our grouper at the back, he's going to split it down the middle. He's taking off all of the scales. He's also ripping out the gills, and then you have the intestines inside because all of that stuff is fishy. So when you steam the fish, you're really only eating the flesh. It's a big fish. Oh, God. The question might be, what are we doing going to a market? Because we normally just cover the cooking. Here's the thing. Cantonese people care about steamed fish. That's what we're talking about today. And for steamed fish, half of the battle, if not the majority of the battle, is picking the right fish. We're going to get a couple more in the street market itself, above which Chantai has a restaurant called Chatsange. Okay, now, welcome to the鸭脷洲fish market, the seafood market. Let me tell you how this sort of works. These are Hong Kong's indoor wet markets. So each one of these stalls is going to be their own business, and usually it's set up into multiple zones. You see the meat over here, tofu goods over there, but here today we're here for the fresh seafood. The important thing when you enter a seafood market is to identify what type of business and what type of stall they have. The fresh catch seafood stalls. That water, when you see it, is going to be a little bit muddier, and the variety is going to be a little bit more diverse because it honestly is what they catch that day. Let's go over here to some other stalls. So here is one of Chantai's favorite fish to steam. It's called a humpback grouper. Really silky smooth. And really high in gelatin, so that after you eat it, your mouth should feel a little bit sticky. That is sole. Obviously, French people love this roasted, pan-fried in butter. Nice and fatty, because it doesn't move that much. First, we have our grouper from before. We're going to get a humpback grouper as well, and then we're going to get that sole. Nice different textures to show you. Let's get one more. I want to see all the textures, and BA's footing the bill, so let's get one more. If you're asking, is this fish fresh? The speed at which they swim, if they're moving around more, if they're not floating on their sides, that's usually a good sign for good fish. So this fish, super lively. It's a more meaty fish compared to the sole that we bought. So we're just seeing it for texture. Whoa. Okay, that's everything. We're gonna go upstairs to Chatsange and ask them to cook it for us. What we're expecting, different textures, similar steaming method. Into the kitchen. This is the little kitchen that they cook in. Chantai's husband is the chef here. There's a little wok for stir fries. There's a little steamer for the steamed fish, obviously, and soup. Fish rinsed in cold water to get as much of that blood out. That blood, those guts, that's the fishiness and that's the gaminess. So she's rinsing it very, very well under cold running water. Scrape up any little bits that the butcher might have missed. Grouper is one of the most famous and well-known types of fish here in Hong Kong. People prize it for its color, for its look, as well as the flakiness of its flesh. Keep in mind that this fish that we have today was caught this morning, butchered a couple of minutes ago, and now it's going directly into the steamer. After it's been rinsed and cleaned, it's going to be prepped and steamed directly on top of the plate that we're going to eat it on. A little bit of salt is rubbed on, just a little bit of seasoning. The fat's going to go on the side, just so that as it steams, it's going to render out a little bit. Directly into the roaring hot steel steamer. Chef says, going to take about 15 minutes. There is a difference in the bottom steamer and the top steamer in terms of the velocity of the steam itself.
I heard you're bringing a special guest.
My dad might stop by. He loves fish. He also taught me how to steam fish, so can't do this episode without him. Wow. This is the brown spotted grouper. You can see that some of the skin has started to break apart as it's beginning to cook. The fat on this side has started to render into those little droplets over the top. In English, the direct translation is clean steaming. The idea is to express what the fish is all about and nothing more. So everything on top of it, minimalist. No ginger, because it takes over the natural fresh flavor of the fish. Only scallions, steamed fish, seasoned soy sauce that is proprietary to the restaurant, a little bit sweeter than regular light soy sauce, and then just hot oil to bring out those aromatics of that scallion, a little bit of a dance with the flesh of the fish itself. Look at that collagen, the shininess of the skin. You don't smell fishiness at all. You just smell the aromatics down the middle where that bone is. This is the back. That's the belly portion. Usually the nicest cut is going to be here for the leaner meat and the fattier meat down here. You see how like individual pieces all come out immediately? Like grains of rice, just individual little flakes. By the way, this is my dad. This is the person who taught me how to cook. And importantly, the biggest proponent of steamed fish I know. This is your favorite dish, right?
Yes.
In all of Cantonese cooking. It's nice to see the sunset.
Thank you.
Let me know what you think.
一啲都唔腥。
一啲都唔腥。Really firm flesh.
Yes.
Like it's been swimming around a lot, which it has because it's wild. Fish cheeks.
Yes.
It's not only is it going to be tender, it's also going to be cohesive and one piece. Every time we go out to dinner, you take out this piece, give it to the person you love the most.
Wow.
What? You like? Okay, humpback grouper. This is Chen Tai's favorite. Slightly silkier flesh and a lot more collagen with sticky mouth. Oil. Aromatics need hot oil and direct contact for them to activate at the correct temperature. If we steam with it, we wouldn't get this flavor and we wouldn't get that wave of smells. Here's the sole. Nice, fatty, thin flesh. Totally different from the grouper. Last one. This is the knife jaw. Spotted knife jaw. One of the best ways to enjoy steamed seafood, and steamed fish in particular, is with a nice bowl of rice. That fattiness and that oil that comes off of the fish is going to mix with the soy sauce and any of the juices that came off of the fish on top of rice. It feels like the essence of the dish. These 4 types of fish are all very different. The sole is all about silkiness, slipperiness because of its fattiness. Creamy, silky, buttery. You know why French people like pan frying this in butter? It's because the fish itself has that flavor. The knife jaw is all about firmness. The flesh is more dense. Cooked to the same degree, but it's got bite. It's got chew. Now Chen Tai's favorite. Oh yeah.
Oh, the fish flavor is very good.
Feels like bean. She knows her stuff. It's sticky. It almost sticks to your teeth a little bit. The edge near the fin, a little bit like small, tender grains of rice. And it's got fattiness, but it's very well balanced with the intense fish flavor. Everything about the clean steam technique is about minimalism because we know the fish is delicious and fresh in and of itself. Whenever we talk about the cooking steamed fish, half of the battle, if not most of the battle, is picking the right fish. And you can only pick the right fish in the right place. Here at鸭脷洲, you travel a minimum distance, 1 floor up, and they will steam it for you. It's all about proximity and the lay of the land. You can't eat like this anywhere else in the world.
Yes.
So that was 陳親記in the 鴨脷洲fish market. Now, on to the next.